What's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the 2019 Volkswagen Tiguan. Now, last year's model, the 2018, was a complete redesign, a complete refresh, and something totally new for this SUV. Now, the 2019 is more of an incremental upgrade, as these things normally are after a huge refresh like that. But nonetheless, it's a really nice SUV and a surprisingly high-tech SUV, especially compared to some of the other models in a similar price range. Now, this model we're going to be looking at is the Platinum Gray Metallic with the Titan Black interior. As far as the trim, it is the 2.0T SEL Premium R-Line with 4Motion all-wheel drive. So some of the badging and accents are going to be specific to that R-Line trim. But nonetheless, it's a nice SUV. Let's take a look. Now, starting off up front, you'll notice that R-Line badge that I just mentioned. Some of the accents there are specific to the R-Line. You've got LED headlights, LED daytime running lights. You've got halogen fog lights down there with corner illuminating features. You'll notice the parking sensors kind of all around the vehicle, but you can see them really well up front. Those are part of the overhead view camera system in the parking system, as well as that front camera, which is part of the overhead view system. As we work our way around, under the hood, you've actually got a 2.0 liter TSI turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, supported by, well, you have two different wheel options on the R-Line. You can either get the 19-inch or the 20-inch. This has the 20-inch alloy wheels there. You've got more R-Line badging. Now, you've got these side mirrors here that are heated, feature integrated turn signals and of line spot monitoring, as well as underneath they have another camera right here, which is part of that overhead view camera system. Now, these do actually fold, so if the car is locked, those are going to go ahead and fold in. And then if you use the keyless access system, go ahead and just place your hand on the door handle, it'll unlock, and those mirrors will unfold, which is nice. As we work our way back around, you have LED tail lights, as well as SEL badging, 4Motion all-wheel drive badging. You have an easy open lift gate here, which has a bunch of different ways to open it actually. You've got a button underneath here, which will open it. You can double tap your remote and your key fob, it will open. You can swing your leg underneath and it will open. And additionally, once it's open, you actually get two buttons here. Now, this button, we'll just go ahead and close it. This button is an easy close system. So if you push it, you can hear that beeping. That'll stay active for 15 seconds. So let's say, for example, you want to load your groceries in or unload your groceries. Well, there it goes. But yeah, let's say you don't want to sit and wait for it, so you just want to unload your stuff, press the button, walk inside your house. If the key fob goes out of range of the car, it'll automatically close, but it'll additionally close just after those few beeps and those few seconds, which is nice to have. You have a dual exhaust tip down there. As we work our way around, you have the panoramic sunroof up top, as well as the silver roof rails. Let's take a look back under here for a sec. Now, this specific model has the optional third row seating, as you can see right there. I wouldn't really call it a legit third row, I'm going to put it in quotes, because if you're anywhere over about, I don't know, 5'8", you're not going to be comfortable back there. I'm almost 6'2", it's not comfortable. But it does allow for the option if you have small kids that you want to put back there. Additionally, you can grab these levers here, go ahead and pull those, and these seats will fold down up front. And then you can grab these hinges here, push these back seats down, and those will lay all the way flat if you give them a little push. But you can get a ton of extra space back here. In fact, you get 73.5 cubic feet of space with those seats folded down, which is fantastic for storing large objects, stowing them, taking a TV somewhere, loading boxes if you're moving, or anything of the like. All right, let's talk about the key fob. Now this is your standard key fob as far as having the lock, unlock, and the physical key hidden underneath, but you can also open your liftgate as well as remote start your engine with it. Now the weird thing is your car has to be locked to use remote start, but unlocked to open the liftgate. So what you can do is go ahead and just lock the car, press the button twice to remote start the engine, then hit unlock and hold the liftgate button to raise it. Now, unfortunately, you can't hold the button to close the liftgate. Doesn't work. At least I can't get it to work. But you can double press the engine button again to turn it off. So those are some nice features to have right on the key fob. Let's go ahead and take a look inside. All right, now that we're inside the vehicle, let's take a look at some of those tech features that I mentioned that really make this vehicle worth the money. Now, starting off up top, you have Volkswagen's infotainment center, which has that new redesign, makes it a lot cleaner, a lot nicer, a lot easier to use. You've got your standard radio, media, Bluetooth, navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You also have a vehicle menu, which will give you some different mileage information. You've got a traffic menu when your navigation is updated. You've got a sound menu. You can access images through an SD card. And then you've got a really nice climate control menu, which I really wish that more auto manufacturers would use. Now, you don't see anything on the screen right now, but if you use the hardware buttons down underneath from your dual zone climate control, and you go ahead and let's say enable the heat from up top, you'll notice that you get a visual representation of that on screen. You can go ahead and sync your options. Say, go and turn the heat up over here. You want to go ahead and hit sync. Those will sync right up. And you get to see where the heat's coming from. Now let's go ahead and move it underneath. There you go. You can see it's coming from underneath. If you want to go ahead and turn the heated seats on, the heated steering wheel, you can see all that appear on screen. Just a really nice visual representation of what's going on. Let's go ahead and turn that off and take a look at the rear camera system. Now you've got a standard rear vision camera there, but if you go ahead and hit the menu button, you'll get the overhead view cam like we talked about with a camera on each side mirror, a camera in the front and a camera in the back. Actually, you can see my backpack right here sitting by the back right wheel, which is kind of funny. Can't actually see it from any of the camera views, but you can see it there as a visual representation. So let's say that's a grocery bag or that's a suitcase. There you go. You'd be able to see it right there if something was in your way. Now, if you tap these specifically, you can get that specific camera angle. So there's the back cam, there's the front cam, left side, right side, as you can see. And you can go ahead and hide those. If you just want to see that, you can hide the overhead view. You can also get these different representations of that same camera angle. Oh, that's both sides. That's kind of nice. And you do get different parking sensors if you press these. So there's a parallel parking situation. There's a rendering of your rear camera. And then that's a perpendicular parking situation. And you can go ahead and turn the alerts off too if you want that. And you have the option to adjust the different effects kind of on the camera here. So if you want to go ahead and add some exposure there, you can do that. If you want to bump the contrast all the way up, which I usually do, as well as adjust the saturation. Let's say you like it a little more colorful. There you go. You like it a little more dreary. There you go. You have that option. So we work our way up. You have an auto dimming rear view mirror, as well as behind here you have your rain sensing sensors that allow your windshield wipers to tell when it's raining. Go ahead and kick in automatically. You've got your panoramic sunroof controls as well as these sunshade controls right up here. We work our way back over here. You've got your standard Volkswagen steering wheel, which is heated and leather wrapped. Obviously, you've got your multifunction buttons here. And then you've got Volkswagen's digital dash. Now, this is a really, really cool feature on these higher level Volkswagens, and something I wish that more car manufacturers would implement. Now, it's a fully digital display up here. So if we go ahead and turn the car off, a little rendering there. That will completely go away here. Let's see if I open the door. Come on, you can turn off. Well, it's telling me the door is open. That's cool too. It will go completely black when the car's completely off. Go ahead and turn it back on. And there's your gauges again. Now you can switch through all these options here, get access to your different drivers, so you can set different seating preferences and stuff like that depending on which driver's in the car, which is really nice. You can go turn on your different assist systems there. Turn on lane assist, blah, blah, blah. You can do your different telephone. If you've got a Bluetooth phone connected, you can do different audio for, different radio stations, that type of thing. You can get your entire navigation, the map on there, which looks really nice. I don't have it installed right now, but you can see your adaptive cruise control on there on the assist systems, driving data, and your vehicle status, which is really cool. One thing I wish Volkswagen would add is a little more customization for this menu. You're pretty much stuck with this. So if you wanted something a little cleaner, maybe a little more modern, maybe simplified, less going on, it's not really an option right now, but they've got the hardware there. It's really a matter of a software update. So I think they can do it. They just need a little pressure. And I think as more manufacturers start to add this feature, I think the pressure will be there. Now you've got your automatic headlight controls there. Over here, kind of as we talked about outside, on the side mirrors, you've got this little control here. Obviously everyone knows what this does. You can adjust your mirrors, but you can actually swivel it all the way down here and it will fold in your mirrors automatically, even when you're in the car and it's unlocked. And then if you switch it over one more, it'll unfold the mirrors and enable the heated mirror option. And then you can go back to just adjusting it normally. You have your Fender Premium audio system here. You've got some nice R-Line badging there on the steering wheel, as well as one more thing I want to mention about the R-Line. Let me see if I can brighten it up for you. You've actually got steel wheel caps down there that are specific to that R-Line trim, so just something I wanted to point out. As I mentioned before, you've got your dual zone climate control here, 8-speed automatic transmission with Tiptronic and Sport mode, push to start engine with auto start stop, automatic parking brake or electronic parking brake. You've got your drive mode selector, which has snow here, normal, off-road, and then off-road custom. Got some cup holders here. Not a lot going on under the center console. Now, as far as I/O in the front, you have 2 USB-A ports, an aux port, as well as a 12-volt power outlet. You've got a normal glove box here, but you actually have a CD slot, which the navigation disc is actually in this folder with your owner's manual. And then you have 2 SD card slots that you can show images on the screen, like I mentioned before, which is kind of cool. Now this has the Titan Black VTEX leatherette seating surface. It's heated for both front seat passengers. This is a manually adjustable passenger seat. The driver's side is a 10-way power adjustable, but it does also have some interesting color options like a storm gray, as well as a Safrano orange color, which I'll go ahead and show you on the screen right now. That is a really, really nice and really, really different looking leather seating surface that I think a lot of people are gonna like. Now in the back, as you can see, the seats are folded down still from earlier. You don't really have as much I/O in the back as I'd like to see. You just have a single USB-A port as well as a 12-volt outlet. You do have rear seat vents, which is nice, but I'd like to see some more I/O, especially with the amount of devices, especially in a car with 3 rows. I'd like to see, a couple USB ports, especially USB-A ports, but maybe even additional USB-C port, because that's kind of becoming the standard. But really to only have 1 USB port in a car with this many seats, with the amount of devices that we carry around with us on a regular basis, even as younger kids, it's kind of confusing, but nonetheless, 1 USB-A port and a 12-volt power outlet back in the back. Let's go ahead and take it for a spin. And that, my friends, is the 2019 Volkswagen Tiguan 2.0 liter TSI SEL Premium R-Line with 4Motion all-wheel drive. Yes, it's a mouthful, but there's a lot going on in this car that I really like. I'm a huge fan of that digital dash. I'm a huge fan of the updated user interface. I think it's really clean on that infotainment center. There's a lot of room in the back if you put the rear seats down. I love the panoramic sunroof. Again, the few things I'd change, I would add complete customization to that digital dash. That's just a simple software update. All the hardware's there, but I think if they change that, each single Tiguan could be completely custom to that person, and I think that's a really cool thing they could add. Also, I'd love to see some more I/O in the back. Even kids these days, you got smartphones, you got tablets, you got laptops, so many things that need to be connected back there, and just to have one port is just not gonna cut it in 2019. But other than that, this is a great SUV, a lot of nice tech features. So tell us in the comments below, what is your favorite part of the 2019 Tiguan? And don't forget to like this video if you loved it, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content on the 2019 Volkswagen Tiguan and all other Volkswagen models. We'll see you in the next one.